Welcome to the Millbrook Railroad. Changing ties today. This is our live stream. We've got all these ties to change and a whole bunch more you can't see behind the camera, but this is the worst spot here where most of our ties have rotted out. There's not much here holding the track together, so gotta fix that. We'll be answering questions in a little bit. Sorry, I don't have a better mic. It's lapel mic or anything, but I got what I got. So.
All right, I'm here.
All right, now we got our help, so we can answer questions when they come up.
And break.
All right, I don't know how many people we got watching yet.
We have 9 people watching.
All righty, well,
Or other.
yeah. Good grief. There's nothing left here.
Ooh, 10 people watching.
All right. Well, those 10 people want to see some ties being changed.
Daniel Fantino said, "Hi, Aaron. Thanks for that great idea."
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. I don't remember what idea it was, but
whatever it was, it must have been brilliant.
Well, great idea then. Well, thank you. So I'm going to start changing ties here and answering questions. Oh, these are locked in pretty good.
Well,
the house is doing its job.
when you put them down, you kept saying, "It's not tight enough. It's not tight enough."
Keeping in mind, that was
10 years ago.
10 years ago. This is the first section of track we put down. My goodness. For a rotten tie, it sure is holding on. There we go. There ain't much underneath it either. I'm going to have to jack this up a bit, add some more ballast, and prevent the next tie from rotting out.
Daniel Fantino said, "Does vibrating plate of some sort can be useful or will destroy aluminum rails?"
Depends how much you vibrate it, how heavy it is. It might be useful. I don't know, I hadn't given it any thought.
Yeah, I can smell the cow poop. Trains said, "What made you want to use the gauge that you are using?"
It is a standard gauge around here. 7¼ inch gauge.
It's all the rage.
It's big enough to do what you want to do, like haul lots of stuff and heavy stuff. And it's small enough that it doesn't cost you all outdoors to put it outdoors. Oh. Okay. I just realized something.
What?
This rail takes number 6 screws, so I'm going to have to reuse screws.
Is that going to be bad?
No, it's just going to be a little more difficult.
Oh, okay. And as usual, we've got our track inspector to the right.
You might want to pan over and show them our track inspector.
Someone said, "Hi, only best wishes and greeting from Germany. Love your channel."
All right, well, thank you.
There's our track inspector right there.
Part of the inspiration for this railroad was some of the Feldbahn in Germany. So, the way railways are used around the world is, everybody uses a railway a little bit different in every country. And they use it to fit their needs. And you know what? That's brilliant. And I'm going to have to pull that screw out once again and reseat that stupid screw. So, let's see. A little quick troubleshooting here. I think we'll do this. That number 6 right in there. That'll hold the tie plate onto the tie.
Kieron26 said, "Hi." Smiley face.
Hi. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. This is not going as quickly as I expected. Oh, yeah. You know, they pop out if you don't put a screw on either side. Let's do that.
Jim Faircloth said, I just want to say I love your app, Jimmy boy.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Me either.
Okay. Hopefully we don't get the usual comment spam in the live stream.
We might.
Well, we might. Who knows? Oh, let's see. This needs to go on the uphill. But I need to put this tie plate on the tie first.
I was watching a video from another YouTuber, and he said that half his comments are just spam.
Well, I don't have that much. That's a lot.
Yeah. He's been using other platforms like Twitch and Reddit to answer questions and things like that. Kieran26 said, "Don't jinx it, lol."
We'll try not to. Oh. No, come on. Get in there. There we go.
Brian Thunderfoot Porter says, "Have you ever done any sugaring in the sugar house, or is it just storage/workshop?"
At the moment, it's just storage and workshop, but we intend to do some sugaring in it. I just have to come up with $1,500 for a new evaporator, or build one, which might be more interesting. Haven't decided yet.
Captain Joss Rin Eddie Mays Guard Company said, "Oh, look, it's the Derail Valley Railroad. I mean, Millbrook Railroad."
No, that's Millbrook Railroad. And we're fixing it.
And then AJ Waters says, "Hi, all from the UK. Have a question for you. What's the heaviest load your rails could take on a double 3-axle boogie?"
3-axle bogey, so we'll take... the rails would probably handle 300 pounds per axle. But with that, yeah, my calculator is up on the tripod. Yeah.
Do you need my calculator to calculate it?
So I limit the track to 250 pounds per axle, but it could probably handle 300 if you don't go very fast.
Do you want a calculator?
So anyway, the calculation would be yeah, it'd be 250 or whatever the tonnage you want. So let's say let's just say 250. And you've got a 3-axle bogey, and you've got 2 bogies on each car, so 250 times 6.
Mr. Teebs says, "Hello from Buffalo. Hope the weather is better than the showers we're getting here." It comes and it goes.
Yeah, it's
Just wait 20 minutes and you might like the weather.
I'm just looking up at the clouds. And the darker clouds coming over the mountain.
Kurt Justine Barnito says, "Hi, Sir Millbrook. I'm from Philippines."
Oh.
And then someone else said, "Hi from Japan."
Well, hello.
Big John says, "Hello from Oregon."
Oregon?
I don't know. There's a Y. It's weird.
Right.
I've never seen it spelled that way.
Okay. That's different. Let's see, for Japan, let's see. Maybe I should try my best Japanese. No.
No. We don't want to offend anybody.
Well, I don't speak it very well anyway.
I don't speak it well either.
Ohio gozaimasu. And I probably mispronounce it, so yeah.
All of the Japanese that I learned from Duolingo has left my head. I have to redo my Japanese.
Oh, that's too bad. Japanese is a beautiful language.
Thoridix said, we will see you all over the world, winky face.
Ah,
And then Captain Joss Rin D. May's Guard Company says, I love how this man actually found a use for a garden railway. Lets ya play with trains and actually have a practical use for it. You, sir, are a legend. Smiley face.
oh, well, thank you. But I owe it all to, what's the guy's name? Sir Thomas Haywood.
And then Mr. Teebs said, what's your favorite method of power in a locomotive? Steam, diesel, or electric?
Electrons. Electric is, it's the lowest maintenance, the best power curve. It's the cleanest. Really, the best part is the power curve. You've got most of your torque right there at 0 RPM or close to it, especially with a good pulse width modulated motor controller, which I'm probably losing a couple of people on that word. There's a reason that railroads around the world dieselized or electrified. Diesels are just electrics with a power plant on the back.
Aha, that's how you do it.
Jeanette had to go over to the baby stroller with the grandbaby, my grandbaby.
How does this work?
Brand new stroller. I don't know how it works, but I have to put some more ties in here.
Okay.
I'll give you a hand later, maybe.
Yeah. I think I figured it out.
Oh, you got it?
I'm trying to get her propped up so she can see things.
Ah.
Because she's freaking out because she can't see anybody.
Ah. Oh yeah. It's got Batman spooked.
I have no clue.
Well, we'll get back to questions in just a minute.
There we
here.
go. Sorry about that.
There we go. Screw in.
And
Okay, now back to questions. Now we can see them again.
Big John said pronounced Oregon, but of course it's spelled Oregon.
Oh.
And then Ian Morris says hello from England.
Oh, good.
Daniel Fantino said for subroaded construction, there is plastic honeycomb in a roll. Stretch it, cut it, and will hold ballast or whatever you put it on for years. A bit costly, but long time less to fix.
That is GeoGrid, and that is fantastic stuff, and I don't have any. So yeah, like Dan says, it's expensive stuff, but fantastic.
Mr. Teebs said diesel electric is just a big hybrid.
I suppose. I hadn't thought of it that way.
The Plumber 33 said, what's up, Millbrooks RR?
Oh,
And-
what's up? We're changing ties. That's what's up. Oh, I might have gone a little wide there.
And then
Oh, I'm still good.
Kieran26 said, a question for you. What tips and advice would you give to someone who is thinking of starting their own railway?
Do a lot of research first. Not just on the technology, on your property, on the land you're going to put it on. I thought this railroad was fairly flat when I first started building it. And when I started building it here. This is a 3.5% grade, and let me tell you, friend, this is grueling when you're trying to pull a load uphill in the wintertime, or trying to control a load downhill in the wintertime.
Especially with ice.
The train shoves you down the track until the flat. It's a little bit unnerving at first. It's a little bit unnerving every first snow when you've got to try to control a train going downhill like that. So research your property and visit a lot of railways.
When my dad first built this part of the railway, my sister used to call it Pee Your Pants Hill.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh,
She never called it that to your face because she didn't want to get in trouble, but...
okay. Well, I get the sentiment. But she used to ride a flat car down this hill, freewheeling down
Yeah.
3.5% grade. So
She used to call it, what was it, railroad surfing?
flat car surfing.
Flat car surfing,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah. So modification of the flat car luge, where you lay down on the flat car. She'd stand up, hang 10 off the edge of the flat car. That's 10 toes.
Yeah. And then Sven Oaks says, hello from Berlin/Germany.
Ah, well, hello.
Mr. Teebs says, which railroad company is your favorite?
Which railroad company is my favorite? One that gives me a paycheck. My favorite railroad growing up was the Central Vermont Railway. And I don't know if you can hear the whistle in the background. That is the whistle of its predecessor, or of its successor, the New England Central Railroad, which is not my favorite railroad. What made Central Vermont my favorite railroad was the people. And they had fantastic people working on the CV. Just can't beat it.
Sven Oaks says, small tip, your sleepers should all have the same dimensions and should also be laid at the same distance from each other.
They're mostly that. But yeah, they've mostly got the same dimensions. But the width matters more than the height. So they're at least close to the same width. The reason for that dimension standard is actually a really good reason, though. Helps lock the ballast in here. So yeah, you're not wrong.
And then Joseph says, wee, flat car surfing, fun.
Well, it can be.
I didn't quite get the comment, and then I saw the name, and I saw it was Joseph Andre Gonthier, and I was like, ah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's done it here. Got to be careful with these tie plates when you're screwing them into the tie.
They look like they slip all over the place.
Yeah, they do. And it hurts when they do that.
I'm annoyed with you now.
I'm very careful with these because I've mangled my fingers doing this before.
I'm annoyed with you now.
You're annoyed with me? Why?
Yeah.
Because I have so many viewers on my YouTube channel?
No, the only thing going around and around in my head is ring, 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 banana phone.
You're welcome. You see, it's a parent's duty to annoy their children once they've become adults. It's called payback.
Ouch. You wound me, good sir.
But one must also learn to laugh at oneself.
Just remember, I'm the one who controls the camera.
Indeed you do. I'm not getting many ties changed today, am I? I'm awfully slow at this right now.
Kieran26 says, hi, I agree with him on that, lol. Ian Morris says, hi, do you have plans to extend the line other than the turntable?
Yes. In the opposite direction. Well, let's see. Let's grab the camera for a second. Extending the line. So, oh, hey, say hi to my finger. That was not my middle finger. So we have this property down here, which is a mess at the moment. And it goes all the way down to the road. And there's going to be a switchback down here halfway on that hill. And that's where most of the sugar bush is, downhill from the sugar house. So, yes, we're definitely
You're going to
definitely expanding the railway.
You're going to extend down the bank?
Down over the bank, yes.
Yikes.
That has always been the plan.
Oh. Now it's always been the plan, huh?
It has always been the plan.
Okay.
Since I was 8 years old, that was the plan.
Oh.
That's how long I've been planning this railway. Or maybe earlier. Maybe it was 6. I don't know. The first time I saw a 7 1/4 inch gauge locomotive, I thought, I gotta have one of them.
Kieran26 said, how the heck are you going to do that?
I'm gonna go the long way. There's a ravine that's actually behind the camera, which we won't show you.
Oh.
Ah, no, you get it, behind the camera. Yeah, so we've already started to build another horseshoe curve, but there's still a lot of excavation left to do. And we have to build a bridge across a swamp, and...
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a covered bridge, because I like covered bridges.
It's going to be one heck of a build.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a big bridge, because it's got to have 4-foot wide clearance.
Would it be possible to use wood from the trees around here?
Maybe. We've got this black locust behind me that'll probably never rot.
Probably.
And it's got to be cut up, but I can't find a sawmill who'll even touch it unless I buy them a new blade first, and they want to charge me like $800 for a new blade. I guess I can't blame them.
Ouch. Sven Oaks says, in any case, you can be glad that the winter is over and you no longer have to worry with derailment from snowplow. Have fun, but now with the track construction.
Well, you're not wrong.
No, he's just going to have other derailments like too heavy a load or too sharp a curve or...
No, not the too sharp a curve. That's already taken care of.
Oh. Well, last time I was here, it was too sharp a curve.
Well, maybe a small piece or something. Hang on, we're gonna go on the inside of this one here first. Anyway, usually it's... There we go. Usually it's different reasons, you know, twisty in the track. And the track twists all the time, all summer long. Yeah, there'll be more derailments, I guarantee it. But at least the ties will be good. Jeanette's adjusting the stroller. Oh, there we go.
This stroller will not outsmart me.
Well, the baby is very interested in the tie changing.
That's why I moved the eating table.
Yeah.
Kieran26 said that is going to be very interesting. I always thought when watching your videos that it is not a Millbrook Railroad without a derailment. And then our friend from Japan says, it seems to be hard to change the tile that I saw.
All right, that was dumb.
What?
I just pulled out a new tie. Look at that.
Oopsies.
It's not even rotten. It's got slots in it because these are relay ties. Let me explain relay ties. Seems nobody asked yet, but I'm sure they will. Relay ties are ties that have been on another railroad, and you pull it up because maybe the railroad isn't wanted anymore or needed. Then you relay them. You lay them down again on another railroad. And that's
Because
right here.
recycling is fun!
Well, because railroads have been doing that for years, for centuries.
Well, you know, recycling can help our planet.
Well, yeah, it can, but it's more about not wasting something that's expensive.
Bless you, baby girl.
So now I got to put this thing back together again. Guess I'll use these 1/2-inch screws to do it. There we go. That'll be easier. Oh yeah. There we go.
Kieran26 says, more like a way to save on costs.
Yep. Exactly. That's why we relay ties. I mean, I got thousands of ties from this railroad in Canada, and they were all free. So,
Fanatic High Desert Railroader says,
ow.
I have seen your other videos. Are you going to put a tie under the joints for stabilizing?
I'm just replacing what's already here, and yes, there are ties under the joints already, so yes. I'm not going to use that screw. Come on, get in there. Doesn't want to cooperate with me this time. Ah, there we go.
Ian Morris says, what is the black tank car used for?
It's intended to be our weed sprayer car. It's used for not throwing a perfectly good piece of steel into the scrapyard, I guess. I wanted to see if I could make a tank car out of a propane tank. Turns out I could. And it's more of a test bed than anything else. But I'm trying to turn it into a weed sprayer. Just haven't finished it yet. Something about time.
Henry Best says, I've seen you level the track left to right, but I noticed that the track is not level along its length. With many small ups and downs, are you planning on tackling that?
Eventually. But the ups and downs are less important than the twists. And that's really what I'm working out, is the twists. There we go. That one didn't want to let go.
Dakota Animates says, what happened to your old gondolas?
Oh, I used to make gondolas. I sold all but one. Actually, you know what? I sold that one too. But it came back. It's sitting in the sugar house right now, waiting for a new frame because it came back in pieces.
Oh.
And the trucks that were under it are under the tank car at the moment. That may change. I may need the gondola sooner rather than later. And I have a box full of couplers, and I can get that going probably in an afternoon. I just got to find the end of the gondola. Hopper car, on the other hand, that fell apart 2 years ago. It spent its first winter out in the snow, in a snowbank, because I didn't have any place to put it. And it delaminated and fell apart.
Mr. Cube and Sphere says, hey, been watching your stuff a lot and wanted to know what is the perk of using a train instead of a truck or tractor?
I don't get stuck in the mud. I get the tractor stuck in the mud all the time. In the springtime, I can run this year round, and no mud, no erosion. I don't have potholes, and it's more fun. At least for me, anyway.
Transgalactic Express says, hi, I've been following your channel for a while now. Is there a plan for the Millbrook Railroad to obtain a 4-axle locomotive?
Maybe eventually here. Right now I'm working on a fleet of 2-axle locomotives. It's actually a design that we're selling locomotives. That kind of helps pay for things like locomotive for me. I wanted one locomotive and came up with a design that works really, really well. So decided to offer it for sale. But That's not to say I won't have a four-axle locomotive in the future. I just haven't designed it yet, and it's not time to think about that yet. There we go. I hear a lot of slurping next to me.
Yeah, it's because the baby has half the pacifier in her mouth.
Cute as a button. Cute as a button. You know, I should have used something. This is uncomfortable.
Do you want me to text Jonathan to go find you one?
That's the thing, I don't know where it is.
Oh.
Oh, did you drop your baby? Oh, you poor thing. Sweet girl. Yeah, sweet girl.
Okay. Let's use the gauge for a second here while
This is the longest Elizabeth has ever been outside.
Oh. Well, we can change that.
No,
Yeah.
the weather just hasn't been nice enough to bring her out.
Well, finally nice.
It's either been too cold or raining, or I've had to work, or something gets in the way.
Hmm.
Yeah, sweet girl.
Okay. Let's take a look at this pattern here. I'm not. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I gotta change that. Alright, there we go. Fix that.
Quit grabbing onto mommy's
This part of the
hand. Mommy's
railroad
gonna do
uses
that.
a different size screw than the lighter rail. This is the heavier rail. This is the section of the railroad that you don't really see me working on much. Because in 10 years, it has needed absolutely almost nothing, I should say. It has needed ballast. That's it.
Yeah, don't you dare say it hasn't needed any work.
Yeah, I'm always out here ballasting, tamping, lifting.
When I was a kid, I didn't get grounded. I got, you are going to work on my railroad with me.
Do you need something new to look at? Hello. Hello.
I didn't think that was a punishment.
Yeah, to me it was, because I didn't like your railroad.
Oh, okay.
Trains says, how many feet is the railroad?
Currently 960. A year ago it was 1,024. And the reason for the reduction in length is because we built a house. Maybe it was more than a year ago. Anyway, we built a house and had to move heavy equipment across the bed, and I didn't want to destroy tracks, so yeah. And that is also why the railroad doesn't go to the ballast pile anymore. We'll fix that eventually here. I'm glad the
Daniel.
chickens aren't over here. They'd be going crazy over these bugs.
Daniel Fantino says, 4 axles locomotive is a cool idea, but why not a centipede? Never seen one. That would be super cool with so many axles. Maybe blind wheels for negotiating tight curves.
Well, there's a reason CN never used centipedes. It's just not flexible. And frankly, I just don't like them. So I'm not going to use one. But you're welcome to build your own. I've had comments in the past Doesn't it get uncomfortable kneeling on that ballast? Yes. Yes, it does. Quite uncomfortable indeed. But you gotta do what you gotta do. The job needs to be done.
It is what it is.
Alright. Well, that one behaved nicely. You know, it's a straightaway. Forget it. I'm going to use these half-inch screws that I swore I'd never use. Partly because I neglected to buy new half-inch screws. These are number 6s. I'm just digging out the ones I pulled out of other ties. There we go.
Brian Thunderfoot Porter says, is the satellite dish still in use?
Hasn't been in use in 30 years.
Solaris, the long hauler rail fan, says, well, first time going live. Wonder if we will get a derailment today.
Well, since we don't have anything out of the engine house, probably not. Changing ties so I don't have derailments.
You're doing so good.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We have a derailment already, right here. I know, that's a stretch.
Daniel Fantino says, yeah, 12-axle Centipede, be the first on the railroad.
Yeah.
What's up with you, Brat Cat?
Oh, he's showing off.
No, he must have fallen in something, so he was shaking his legs off as he was...
I stepped in something. Okay.
Whoa! Solaris, the long hauler rail fan, gives a thumbs up and a grinning face.
This is interesting. I've never seen it rot out right here underneath the tie plate before. So, let's give you a close-up view of that. So, yeah, I just find it interesting. Maybe nobody else does, but, you know, I got my money's worth out of these ties. And now I'm going to get some heat out of them. They're going to go on the campfire right here.
Dice 420 NWA says can't see.
Oh. You want to show them?
Sure. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, but...
cavity where the tie plate was. So this right here, tie plate used to be right here where that rotted out patch is.
Yep, you're in frame.
And this is normally what it looks like where the tie plate was. Apparently the rooster thinks that's something to crow about.
Kieran26 said it's kind of hard to see as it got very pixely.
Oh.
And then Dice 420 NWA says 100p.
100p. Are we running a low bit rate here?
I don't know how to fix it.
Well, let's take a look. No, I don't see a way to fix it. But again, this is my first time doing live streams, so... Well, anyway. Sorry about that. I don't know what to do to fix it. But... I guess we'll go on to other questions. Anyway, suffice it to say, that was rotting out in a weird way. So, move on to the next tie here.
I see.
So I'll have to I wish I could thank the guy who I got these ties from, Monsieur Paul Brunet, but unfortunately he's no longer with us. It's tragic, and we won't go into it. So anyway, I also got a bunch of ties from the Quebec Model Railway Society. So, but that also came from Monsieur Brunet's railway. So it was kind of most of these creosoted ties came from the same source. Nobody was wondering about that, but anyway.
Kieran26 said, I think you're losing internet connection. That is completely possible, especially if someone's using the microwave.
Well, actually, we're running off of the other Wi-Fi that should be going fine. Oh.
Mr. Cube and Sphere says, is your railroad capable of handling live steam?
Yes. Yes, it is. We can handle small engines. The Pacific's in smaller, really. Maybe a Mikado, if it's a light Mikado. But nothing huge. No big boys. It's way too sharp for a big boy. It's probably too sharp for a Challenger, and I think a Challenger would be too heavy for the lighter rail anyway. But, yeah, but most smaller engines, yeah.
Daniel Fantino says, or why not a real existing 4 axles GM Model 40 or small GE Broxville Davenport Plymouth Porter?
Plymouth Porter?
Says Plumouth.
So the 70 is almost one of those. It's kind of based on a cross between a GE 70 tonner and a Whitcomb 70 tonner. The end cab versions of each. So it's kind of similar, but fewer axles.
Dice 420 NWA says the Wi-Fi signal not strong enough.
Oh.
Joseph says, are you getting a 4K video camera instead of your cell phone?
I have a 4K video camera. It's a GoPro knockoff. And I haven't figured out how to make it go YouTube Live yet. And I've got to figure out I've got a problem with some of the mounts for it, and I need to address that before I start filming regular videos with it.
And Joseph, if you're asking questions, just come out here. You are not tied to the chair.
He's in the house.
Soloris, the long hauler rail fan, says, might be the single has a lot to do with it for a live stream.
That's probably it, yeah.
He also says, and thought about using some of the Acuity plastic tie. Sorry.
Oh, AccuTie. Well, the AccuTies are still twice the price of the pressure-treated lumber, the way I use it. How I do ties is I rip the tie in half on the saw, so a 2x4 becomes a 2x2, and then I cut it down to 12 inches in length, and that's still about half the price of an AccuTie. And then there's shipping on top of that. So yeah, AccuTies are brilliant product though. I've had conversations with Marty, the guy who developed those, Marty Melick, over at Enterprise Plastics, and they're wonderful. I just can't afford them.
Stan Lenhart says, nice to see live stream Stan from San Jose, California.
Hello, Joe or Johnny.
You want to help me keep her entertained? Oh, sweet
She's getting a little
girl.
fussy.
Oh, actually, could you get me a bottle of apple juice, like watered down apple juice? Or
all right.
ask Grandma to help you make
I
it.
think we're almost done with the live stream. A
Do we
few more
already?
questions we can do, but It's almost time to wrap it up.
Soloris, the long hauler rail fan, says, and thought about getting a Bill Connor beam engine.
Is already
that'd
like
be
a model
interesting.
made or?
No.
Okay.
I have to think about that.
Fill it up with apple juice to the 3 line and then fill the rest of it with water.
I'll just loosen that tie up so I can slide it.
Soloris, the long hauler rail fan, says, understandable. GWI Railroad says, wow, the track and ties are looking great. Sorry I got here late.
Oh, that's okay. GWI? Well, I hope that doesn't mean the orange one. I'm kidding.
Trains says, do you plan on making a model railroad like O scale or HO? They haven't seen what's in Tony's barn, have they?
No, they haven't. No, I don't want to make another one. Thank you. I grew up making layouts.
That one was stressful enough. Oh my gosh.
I've done HO, I've done N, I've done a number of N scale layouts. I've done O, G, did an S scale layout one time, myself and others. You know, it's fine, but you know, I don't have to deal with scenery here. It's already done.
He made a scale railroad that went all the way around our laundry room.
Yeah, that was fun.
There couldn't be more than one person in the laundry room. And Aaron always wanted to be in the laundry room with you.
Okay, well, anyway.
So you know what that made? That made a very angry Aaron going, I don't see why he gets to be in there alone when I have to be out here with you idiots.
Oh, Aaron Junior, yeah. Okay. Well, let's not air that dirty laundry live on YouTube. That's all stuff in the past.
GWI says Greater Western Island Railroad.
Oh, Greater Western Island Railroad. Interesting. Where is that?
Kirsten 1965 says hello from Germany.
Ah.
You have a lot of German fans. Dice 420 NWA says you should add a second track using concrete ties and aluminum track since wood likes to rot.
Well, wood likes to rot, but you know, I got 10 years out of untreated ties. These are creosote ties. I'm likely to get 25, 30 years out of these. Well, I've thought about concrete ties, to be honest. I need to do some drawings and some engineering to figure out the fastening bit, fastening the rail to the tie and have it insulated, because a concrete tie is a very good resistor. It's a good electrical resistor, and you want an insulator, not a resistor, when you're putting in a signal system.
Woohoo from Texas Harris says can't keep my catzillas. That's really full. Can't keep my catzillas out of my layouts. Smiley face, American flag, American flag, American flag, and then truck.
Well, cats love to be where you are, and any place that smells like you, they love it.
Trucker 752 says haha. GWI Railroad says Friday Harbor, Washington.
Oh, interesting.
Sven Oaks says hello. The good one already has enough to do with his garden railway because there is no time for a model railway in gauge O or HO.
Yeah, there isn't much time for the tabletop railway anymore.
GWI Railroad says I am using cement ties, lots of work and very heavy.
Yes, indeed.
Stan Lenhart says, where are your track impector chickens, lol.
They're behind the camera. They're, I don't know, do we want to show them that mess? It is a mess. It's a working farm, so there are messes around.
Trucker 752 says, I'm going to use AccuTies on my line when built and can't wait to pick up my engine next month.
Ah. Oh yeah. Hi, Richard. So,
Who's Richard?
Richard, that's the guy who owns the black engine in the engine house.
Oh.
He's Kelly's fiance.
Oh.
Yeah, that Richard.
There are so many Richards in my life, I can't keep them all straight.
Well, that particular Richard, I had no idea that I was selling a locomotive to somebody who would suit me family when I sold it. But
Little blessings.
It helped develop the locomotive a little better and a little more quickly. And now we can get more of them into other people's hands.
And he says hi.
Yeah. Gotta get that in there. Come on. Ow. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Now, the one thing I don't like about this taller rail and the tie plates is the holes are so tight for the screws. And I know I could drill them out, but they're already on the tie. They're already here. So I'd have to take out a bunch of tie plates, drill them out, and then reinstall them. A lot of work.
You can't grab mommy's ear like that, you silly goose.
Well, it's not cooperating very well. There we go. Huh, no, it's still not cooperating. Such a naughty tie plate. And find another number 6 screw. Hold that in a little better. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Settle down like that. Okay. Make sure I get the pattern right.
Excuse me.
Oh. Okay. That tie plate keeps trying to lift right off the tie, and that's my problem. There.
Whoops! I accidentally zoomed in. How did I do that?
Oh, I don't know.
There we go.
Can you accidentally
I
zoom
fixed
out?
it. I fixed it.
Excellent.
Trying
All
to hold a baby and look at the comments at the same time while bottle feeding her. It's not going so well.
Oh, well, it's probably a good time to end the live stream anyway. I want to thank everybody for joining us today on this live stream. And yeah, the usual like, share, subscribe thing on YouTube makes a lot of difference.
What if they want to donate to the channel? Is there a Patreon?
There is a Patreon if they want to donate to the channel. Go to patreon.com and look up Millbrook Railroad. And oh yeah, merch.
Ooh, you have
There's
merch.
We have coffee mugs for people who like a good cuppa in the afternoon. Cup of tea, that is, or a cup of coffee. And you can go to millbrookrailroad.com and you can buy those direct from us.
Our last shout outs are going to be Source the Long Hauler Rail Fan, an interesting channel to keep an eye on. The East Terminal Railway channel might get some good ideas. And then GWI Railroad says, have a great day.
Yes, have a great day. And yeah, the folks at East Terminal Railroad, Brian and Graham, I love watching that channel. So, and another channel I like watching is CCRX 6700, that guy at the Cumberland Mine working on the track. That's a great channel too. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and have yourselves a great day.
God bless.